sold the Harbor Freight trailer. It was a quick sale too, now that we have the dump trailer. Side note, sorry about the nose filters, but as I've shown, there's a giant bloom happening now with purple and yellow flowers on our land. And it turns out I'm highly allergic. So you guys are going to get to see me with a nose filter through most of today's video. But yeah, Lou's successfully selling the Harbor Freight trailer. We're moving on to the next phase with our better dump trailer. But yeah, we got a bunch of things on the agenda the next few days to get done. So we'll see how much progress we make.
Today's been a bust. Absolute bust. So how'd today start off? Well, let's see. I fixed my hair, but I'm covered in black caulk. So today started off with being almost here, and Rachel realized that she forgot our food in the refrigerator at home. So we had no lunch for today. And we plan on going to Death Valley tomorrow. And we have no lunch for tomorrow. So that's how we started our day. So we get here. And I'm like, all right, I want to, we don't have to winterize anymore. So let's turn the water on, get it back into the water heater. Let's use take off the bypass, use the filter. And we had problems with that. The water pump kept shutting off. Don't know why. Let's go clean it. Opened up the little screen and didn't realize that the water was pouring out while I was cleaning the screen, and we got about a half a gallon of water started flowing all over the place near the converter. So rushed to clean that up, and then so put that back on, and because the water pump kept stopping, so it was like, was a fuse bad? Nope, everything seemed fine. I think it's just crapping out on us. We thought we had a leak under there at one point. And it hasn't seemed to leak, but then it still kept stopping. We couldn't figure out why, and then we realized that the tank was probably empty. Dragged the hose out, filled it up, got back inside, and yeah, it still wouldn't come on. So banged on a little bit, came on, checked some of the wires, and realized that there was another wire that was that had overheated. So we put a little 12-volt thing in there for our phones. Is like a backlight, I guess, and the fuse holder melted. So I'm like, oh, that could have caused an issue. So like, all right, well, since we're going to Walmart to get food, we'll go ahead and get a fuse holder and replace that. So by the time we got back from going to have lunch, because again, we didn't have any food, and going to Walmart and getting stuff for, she's in the back going, oh.
Listen, I owned my mistake. I totally owned my mistake. Okay, I return you to your normally scheduled program.
Anywho, got lunch, went to Walmart, got some food. We get done at Walmart, we get back here, and it's, what was it, like 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
So I'm like, oh, there goes that day.
Also on the list of things to do was wire up the second inverter in the for the solar array.
When we're coming here, I make a list of all the tools that I think I'm going to need to do the jobs I got to do. And depending on the jobs that I'll be doing when we're here, I make my list. And I'm always changing it. So I had a couple goals. I wanted to do some stuff to the trailer. And we got here and realized that the key for the box that's up front, that I wanted to lift up the dump so I could easily get at the wires that I wanted to put looms on, which ends up I can't do it anyway because the holes are too small. Those keys are sitting on our table when you come into the house. So we can't open the box. So couldn't lift it up. Couldn't hook up the solar panel that I wanted to it as well. That was going to just keep the battery topped off. So couldn't get that done. And can't do any of the solar work because I forgot. I got all the tools for connecting the wires, except for bringing a tester to make sure that 100% everything's discharged when I go to disconnect it. And I forgot that too. And yeah. So this weekend has been so far has been a bust. We think we're senile now, and because we've pretty much forgotten everything. Like, I have almost every single tool to do the job except the most important one, which is the tester and the keys. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
So
And we don't usually operate this way. We're usually pretty prepared, and we make lists. And I have not ever, until today, forgotten to bring the bag that's in the refrigerator.
the funny part is that when I looked in the refrigerator the other night, I'm like, honey, you only have 4 pieces of bread. That's only enough for 2 sandwiches. We need lunch for 2 days. We need to get 8. And she's like, oh my God, that's right. And we talked about it, and she was like, oh, all right, we'll bring the whole loaf of bread because that's pretty much all we had left. And so we have the bread. We could make toast.
But now we have lunch meat. We have what we need. $70 later at Walmart.
Well, we did get weed killer.
Yes.
Because we got a lot of weeds in the gravel under
Clearly.
near the container.
Let me show them real quick. You see right over there? I'll zoom in after. See right over there? The entire entry, all the entry doors, except for one, are just completely blocked by weeds.
Oh, and the cooler. We forgot we didn't have a cooler either.
Or an ice pack.
Or ice packs, because that was in the refrigerator with all the food that we're supposed to take.
And I always have gloves with me, and work gloves, and I had left them at home, and so I made a note to make sure I brought them back with me when we're doing stuff here on the property. And I brought them with me, and it turns out I must have touched some cacti at home in Vegas. And then when I went to put them on, I started getting pinched. So I promptly threw them away and then had to stop at Tractor Supply where I could get new gloves. So it's just been one of those days.
So since we have this beauty, we didn't need the Harbor Freight trailer anymore. So I was like, okay, we're going to be at the property. Last night, I put it up on Facebook Marketplace. I woke up this morning to about 10 messages and sent messages to those folks and said, okay, if you want it, let me know. I had one guy that I thought was serious, never heard back. Second guy's like, I will be there at 12:30. I said, perfect, showed up. Boof, gone.
Yeah,
Sold. Like, no haggling, no nothing. Asking price, gone. So yeah, that was the first. So that was the part of the day that was good.
All right, so continuing with our theme, our comedy of errors. So Lou was like, well, you know what? Let me at least clean the tires. And he went to, and apparently the nozzle on the spray bottle, chemical guys, by the way, all their stuff smells so yummy. That is not sponsored. The spray nozzle didn't work. Just like that. Didn't work.
No, it sprayed 3 times. And then it just crapped the bed. So, you know. Oh, and so I did bring a bottle of my own that I have 304 protectant in, which is this. And I stuck it in the bottle and placed the bottle down and tipped the bottle over twice. So now it's almost all, it's half gone. Good times.
So yeah, that's, but you know what? I'll show them the other side.
When I'm done with this, I'm going to bed.
No! So as you can see, at least they look nice. They look cleaner. Not sure what the deal is this time around with us being out here. It's just proof that everybody has a rough day or rough days. Depends what you're doing. But yeah, so we are, we're having one of those days. We're just having one of those days. I think after the first day we've had, tonight will involve some cocktails. And neither one of us are really drinkers, but we might be after today. And Gonna listen to some music, and we're just going to let ourselves relax and laugh about how today went. And then tomorrow, like Lou mentioned, we're going to Death Valley to see the super bloom. Not that the super bloom on our own land isn't enough, but I will be including some footage of that too, so you guys can see the super bloom in Death Valley. So that should be cool. All right, by popular demand, some people were asking some details.
Doing my Vanna White.
Some people were asking details about our new dump trailer. So Lou's just going to give you a brief overview. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Lou. So we purchased this dump trailer. It was from Trailers Plus in Las Vegas. We've been looking for a dump trailer. So we own the road in front of our property. We had to pay for the gravel, like from our property all the way down to the like a couple blocks away. It's getting rutted out already. We need to do some work to it. And we got a ton of work we have to do on the land. So we're like, you know what? Let's make the investment. Instead of relying on other people when we need to go get gravel or pay someone else to do the gravel, and they end up like leaving piles of it in the street. So we're like, all right, let's just do it on our own. And then eventually, maybe it's our retirement plan. Maybe I just go do trash runs and gravel runs for people in town. I don't know. So it's an Interstate trailer, 10 by 6, full dump. It has, it's got like a 10,000 pound capacity. So we can actually fit over 3 tons of gravel in it. So over 6,000 pounds of gravel. It has a double action door. What I mean by that is it will open, let's walk to the door. I'm being coached by my producer.
I'm giving direction.
So I'll even open it.
Let me turn away.
Why,
so they don't see the combination.
Yeah, they're gonna see this. I could barely see it, I'm standing here.
Listen, we're from Vegas. We can't help it. We lock everything. We have cameras everywhere. It's just how we roll.
So, has swing doors. It also has built-in ramps. So, again, they're locked because we're from Vegas. So the ramps will pull out. They'll hook in to those 2 brackets out of there, and we'll be able to pull the skid steer right in if we need to. Additionally, the door, give me a moment. Hopefully she'll fast forward this. Additionally, the door will swing from the bottom, if I can get it to work quickly.
No pressure, I know, right? I remember he struggled too.
There it is.
So additionally, the bottom will swing. Hopefully I'll be able to hook it back up. The bottom will swing open. When you're dumping, we can dump as we're driving. If you move inside, it's got built-in anchor points, so we can anchor the skid steer down without an issue. All hydraulic. Hydraulics are, I've seen some of them where the hydraulics are underneath the bed, which is ridiculous because if your battery dies, you can't get to the battery. So all of this is in a tongue box. All the hydraulics. The cable's long enough to reach up to the bed of the truck, so I can actually dump and control the dump while I'm driving. It has either a gravity down, where it'll just go under its own power, or you can power down, but you're using battery for that. So they suggested, you can only do about 5 dumps a day before you have to charge the battery, and it does have an external 110 that you plug in with a built-in inverter, and it'll charge the battery right back up. Good warranty on it. It's like a 1-year bumper to bumper, and then it has like a 5-year frame, I believe he said.
I think so.
Has road hazard on the tires right through Dexter axle. The axles are guaranteed, I think, I think Dexter does the frame and the axles for like 5 years. It's a pretty solid trailer. It's got stake bed holes all the way around, So you could put stakes and make it higher if we need to. It's pretty heavy duty.
And we're very happy with it.
We're very happy.
It was on our list.
That's our girl.
Sweet.
All right, let me close this up.
All right. So that's your recap on the details on the trailer. We're excited. So at least the shining of the tires went okay. So we'll take the win.
Even if we had a different night, different names, different stories, different eyes, nothing could ever change that we were made for us. Or I would find you. I would find you. You could be going places, I could be tying laces, leaving out.
What do you think of the super bloom in Death Valley?
We have more on our land. These are taller. Ours are shorter. There's a couple big ones, but we have more density on our land.
We do.
We're in Badwater Basin. We're gonna hope that further up there's more density.
I think that's it. I think we'll try a little further up like Lou said, but yeah, no, it's cool. It's nice. It's pretty. Yeah, I think that's all we have to say.
This is the sunset and the chemtrails above us. We talked a little bit earlier in the video, probably if she didn't edit it. I don't know anything that's happening. I'm just the talent. Well, I mean, the whole food thing was before then.
I think everybody gets...
Did we say that Rachel forgot the food at home? You have an orange and an apple.
And a bag of snacks.
Anyway.